run away, they want to hide in bonds. Bonds are losers.
Right now, we're just kind of in the middle of a unpleasant drawdown.
From the Satoshi Side Studio, welcome back to Bimblebit. I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
And this is Shooting the Shit. Two guys sitting around a table just yammering it out about Bitcoin. We're going to lock ourselves in at our blockchain height at 957,924. And we always get that information from our good friends, TC and TimeChainCalendar.com. Awesome app if you haven't got it already. Coming up on today's show, Taiwan steps up its crypto goals.
And the Clarity Act is 3 steps away.
Yeah, and the SEC is taking historic steps.
Strive continues to buy. Those stories and more coming up.
Digital rhythm, money on the wire, spark in the ledger, set the world on fire, slide it to the wallet, feel that golden ring. Bitcoin cha-ching, cha-ching.
So we're seeing countries coming out of the woodworks, making changes, making little tweaks to Bitcoin and crypto so it suits what they need for their country, and Taiwan is no exception. The parliament just passed the Virtual Asset Service Act, which basically created new legal framework for Bitcoin and crypto platforms, trading, stable coins, custody and investors, protection, and basically responsibility rules can help protect users without killing innovation. Isn't that the truth?
Well, it is. And every country has different governments and different beliefs and different ways of doing things. So as long as, we can all get together on it and agree to it, even country by country, that's just another one that's falling in line.
And we can see how different some of them can be.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's nice to see.
It really is. Yeah. It really is. And the Clarity Act is now closer than ever to becoming law. The House passed the Clarity Act. The Senate Banking Committee cleared it 15-9.
That's good.
All that's left now is the Senate floor vote needs 60 votes, and the House and Senate must align in the final text, which they're doing now.
Yeah.
And then if the president signs it, it's all done.
Signed off.
It could be done this month.
Yes.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
So the Security and Exchange Commission Chair Paul Akins basically says that historic steps are making way right now to make sure that U.S. is the crypto capital of the world. And Bitcoin, he says, was built on freedom, for freedom. And what does that mean? When we break it down, what makes it freedom for you?
No middleman to tell you how or what to do with it and when and how to do with it.
There's open access.
Open access.
Self-custody.
Correct.
No permission needed. And it's a monetary system that works for everybody. That is freedom in a nutshell. That is Bitcoin.
And that's what it's all about. That's the bigger picture of things, isn't it?
That is good.
Because don't countries all control the money in which they are? Of course they do.
Yeah, let's put it out of the governments and into your hands.
Absolutely.
But you have to have some to have some. Right?
And hey, what about Vivek Ramaswamy from Stride? They just purchased 17.76 Bitcoin in honor of the year 1776.
So that would have been the United States' 250th birthday from 1776. That's clever.
Correct,
yeah.
Right? Good little gig.
Yeah.
And the CEO of Strive, Matt Cole, says the price could drop to 1 cent and remain there for 18 months, and we still would not need to sell a single Bitcoin.
No, that is a guy who loves his Bitcoin and a guy who believes in his Bitcoin.
Right?
That's the biggest thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've got our videos coming up.
Look at you. Time for a little trim. Golden as morning sun. There we go. Healthy as can be. Shining.
Bitcoin, if it was only that easy.
So Anthony Pompliano says the best investors in the world are actually looking for volatility.
You go and you look over the last 10 years, Bitcoin has compounded at something like 60% every single year, and you need volatility. I think that's actually one of the big misunderstandings about investing is that most people, they're scared of volatility. They run away, they want to hide in bonds. Bonds are losers. You go and you hold something that doesn't move at all. It just loses value over time. But the best investors in the world, they're looking for volatility. Right now, AI is volatility to the upside, Bitcoin is volatility to the downside. But if we go out over the next couple of years, I think both of these assets are going to continue to be very, very volatile, and that's ultimately where the returns are going to be, is you want assets that have volatility.
So he says basically that's where the returns are, is the volatility. Oh, and bonds suck. That was a good little touch.
That's true. Bonds have been around a long time, and our entire population has been taught to think, you just put them in a bond and it'll get you your 2 to 3%. Guaranteed. Well, great, but what about the cost of living? Don't they end up on the lousier end of the stick on that?
Yeah.
Anyways. So Michael Saylor back in the news again, right? He tells us his thoughts on why the current Bitcoin dip. Check this out.
I think that, it's a tricky, the summer is difficult because it's the AI summer where you've got $500 billion of capital getting sucked into AI deals from Anthropic, OpenAI, SpaceX, Google, etc. And so that's creating a temporary market location. I think that when we get past those deals and we come out the back end, I think we'll see a nice rotation of capital back into Bitcoin. We'll recover. And I would think we'll recover by the end of the year. Right now, we're just kind of in the middle of a unpleasant drawdown.
There you go. And the question was asked, when will we see the new all-time high? Mm-hmm. Check this one out.
New highs by the end of this year?
I think we could. I think we should definitely see a recovery by the end of the year. I don't know why I don't know if we'll get the new high within 6 months, but I would think over the next 12 months we'll make a new high.
Isn't it interesting that he believes that AI is the reason for the shift in investment?
I mentioned that about 4 episodes ago.
You did.
I said some of the liquidity that was going into Bitcoin and crypto is now being sucked into AI, and that he said exactly the same thing. What will happen is AI will get to a point where it becomes saturated, and they'll all start buying each other out, and the returns will come down percentage-wise, and then you'll see a roll of liquidity back into Bitcoin and crypto.
Yeah, the focus will shift.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
So, Andy, you attend the YYC group in Calgary, but we know that across Canada, there are cities that have their own Bitcoin group.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of them. I checked into it. I'm going to mention a few, and then I'm going to have Jay kind of put it up as a still for us so that if you want to get in touch with these people, you can. But they have Bitcoin meetups in Regina, Niagara, Ottawa, Montreal, Vancouver, London, Okanagan and BC, Edmonton, and Calgary.
Awesome.
So if any of our viewers are from any of those areas, go onto Twitter, check them out. It's a really great time to just be with the fellow Bitcoiners and just toss around great ideas in a positive forum.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Time now for your positive little input with our Bitcoin event calendar.
Satoshi quotes. Episode 9. Being open source means anyone can independently review the code. If it was closed source, nobody could verify the security. I think it's essential for a program of this nature to be open source. Satoshi Nakamoto.
Hey, welcome back to the program. Thank you so much for the follows, likes, and subscribes. Currently sitting at 111 subscribers. 111. Those are angel numbers, and we like them. Don't be afraid to throw us a sat or two. Here is our QR code, and thank you as always for your support. We're going to wrap the show up with a couple of fun little tidbits. This one, I love this one. 49.6 million American adults now own Bitcoin. That's about 18.6%. Now, compared to gold, 28.8 million, that's 10.8% who own gold. That means nearly 1 in 5 American adults now hold Bitcoin. And here's the cool thing. Gold has had a 5,000-year head start.
Correct.
Bitcoin's had 17.
Yeah, 17 years. Isn't that something?
It is amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do you have anything last minute?
I did want to point out, we'll get another solo miner story.
Love those.
Right? Instead of all these big places, this solo miner, he mined block number 957382.
Not that long ago.
A few days ago, right? And he got himself $200,580 for solving that all by himself.
Wow. We're going to wrap up the show with be careful what you say no to. British pop star Lily Allen was offered 200,000 Bitcoin to perform a virtual concert in the second world. That is a platform, the second world, virtual world. She said, and I quote, as if. So at the time, the Bitcoin was worth about $600. Right now, if she would have said yes, she would be sitting on 12.8 billion.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch.
So That is it.
Poor Lily Allen.
All right.
Well,
Well,
Lily Allen.
I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
We're just two guys sitting around a table shooting the shit about Bitcoin right here on Bimblebit.com.
Cheers, mates.